Hi, thank you for watching my cafe secrets. Today my little assistant's gonna help me. We're starting something new. We're gonna try to make the first, I'm not sure if it's ever been done, but we're gonna make an ice cream cheesecake layer cake. So she'll have a cheesecake on the bottom, a layer of vanilla ice cream with cheesecake, and then another layer of ice cream. So let's get started, and I hope it comes out great. Right? Thanks for watching my channel. Okay, step one, you're gonna need a half gallon of ice cream and just leave it out on the counter so it can thaw out so it'll be ready for your recipe.
You're gonna need a box of graham crackers, and don't forget it.
So the graham crackers you have to put in the food processor to crumble them up. If you don't have one of these, when I used to not have one of these, all I would do is just put these in a bag, like a Ziploc bag, and smack them with like a rolling pin or the back of a pan to crush them up. Okay, so there we have this for our crust. Now it's time to work on the cheesecake batter. So for the cheesecake, I'm thinking we're gonna need 4 packages of cream cheese. Okay, so I have 2 packages of cream cheese in here. That's all I can fit. I'm gonna put half a cup of sugar for each cream cheese pack. So I'm gonna put one more of these of sugar.
And that's a lot of sugar.
Now it's time to blend this up. I almost forgot, you're gonna use some whipping cream. Some people use Cool Whip to make like no big cheesecake, but I don't like some of the ingredients that's in the Cool Whip, so I just use heavy whipping cream instead. Okay, everybody. This cream cheese mixture is pretty thick, so I had to switch over to my hand mixer right here. Okay, so next I have some melted butter, and I have the graham cracker crumbs. So it's time to pat some of this mixture down with some butter, and we're gonna make a compact little crust down here, and then we're gonna put the cream cheese. So I would say that's about half the mixture of the graham crackers. I just want to make the graham crackers so they're just wet. They're bare. They're all just slightly as coated this way. It's just enough for them to stick together. Usually I add a little sugar in my crust, but since this cake is so sweet, nobody's going to miss the sugar in the crust. So now it's time to start really compacting it down. Sometimes I even use the back of a little cup. Just give it a really good push. Then when you cut into it, the crust won't break. It'll be really dense. Okay, so there's the crust, and now time to get the first layer of cream cheese. Oh, another quick tip: when you're making the cheesecake mixture, you can test it every now and then. As long as you don't taste any sugar crystals, that's when you know it's smooth and it turned into a nice cream cheese mixture. It turned into a nice cheesecake mixture, and it's ready. Okay, so I put some in there. Now I gotta be gentle to spread it out as flat and even as I can. Okay, so that's pretty even. And one tip, one trick of the trade is I don't want to have some of this white cheesecake layer going up into the outer layers. So I'm just going to take this tissue and just wipe around to clean up the edges. And then just for visual effect, see how it's graham cracker and then it's white? I'm going to go ahead and put a little tiny thin layer of graham cracker just so it'll separate from the ice cream, and then you can see where the ice cream layer starts. Okay, so the sides have been cleaned up. Now it's time to put a little crumbly layer of this graham cracker here. Okay, it's gonna be a really fine layer because I don't want to run out of graham cracker for my crust for the second layer of this. So if you just tilt your pan, it will sift by itself and spread out. There we go. There we go. Now it's time to put the first layer of the vanilla ice cream. So you can get my ice cream nice and soft. I'm going to go ahead and lay an even layer of this on top and spread it out. Okay, so there's the ice cream all spread out. Now I'm going to work on my second part of the cheesecake, and I'm going to put this in the freezer while I'm working.
Now we're gonna need 2 more cream cheese.
So we're going to basically start over again. There's no need to clean the little whisk on the bottom because we're going to be doing the same thing. 2 cream cheeses, a half cup of sugar for each cream cheese, and then we're adding some whipping cream just so that it will blend more smooth. And we're gonna blend until you can no longer taste any sugar crystals inside. Okay, for this last batch, we're gonna add a half a cup of chocolate, melted chocolate. If you don't have chocolate, you could do hot fudge or chocolate syrup because we want it to visually look a little different since the cake is mostly gonna be white. This will make the cake look really pretty when it's cut into. There's how the chocolate cheesecake is looking. I saved some of the graham crackers because this crust would have been really thick if I didn't take a little bit away. I'm going to use that for garnish for on top of this chocolate cheesecake once I set this crust. So the same thing as part 1, I'm going to mix some melted butter into this crust and pack it down.
I love mixing.
Okay, so I took the cake out of the freezer, and now I'm going to try to pack down a nice crust on top of the ice cream layer. Okay, so I'm going to put my layer of the chocolate cream cheese, but I'm almost out of space. So, in an event like an emergency, I'm going to have to improvise. Since my dish is not deep enough, I'm going to get 3 pieces of paper and fold them down to extend this pan up and make it taller. And I'm going to do that with some foil and tape. And, when this cake is finished, we're going to probably give it in a warm bath so we can flip it out and the whole thing will come out really beautiful. So it's not served in this bowl. Okay, so I have this long piece of plastic wrap. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, so there it is set up. It doesn't look pretty, but it's only to hold the shape of the cake until the whole thing is totally frozen. So I'm going to put the chocolate cheesecake part in. Okay, there we go. We have the chocolate cheesecake layer. If you have a little leftover, that's always good to put on a bagel, or you can make yourself a little mini cheesecake as a treat. And now this needs an ice cream layer. Okay, so now we have the ice cream up there. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of this graham cracker for a little garnish. Okay, there we go. And now, guys, this is going to have to stay in the freezer for probably, you could make this day ahead. I'm going to leave this in probably for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I'll come back to try to take it out of this bowl, and then we'll see how it came out. Hi everybody, so I'm back. I left this thing in the freezer overnight, and so I'm gently taking out this paper with the plastic that wrap over it. You can see the layers coming out. And after I take this off, I'm gonna let this sit for a minute to try to get this thawed out, so I'm able to get this out of the bowl. If it's not a perfect circle, you can always trim it. That's what they do at the bakeries. So here's the top view. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this wait a few more minutes, and then put this in a hot water bath to try to shake this out. So now it's actually kind of thawed out, so I don't need to put warm water or anything like that at all. I'm gonna just go around the sides with this knife. So it's a little messy. I'm gonna try to just flip this out of this bowl. I'm gonna put this plate right on top and flip it over. Okay, it came out of the pan just fine, but the tricky part was the crust got left behind. But I think it's okay because I could just go ahead and break it up again and sprinkle it on top. So I just crumbled this again. Maybe it really would have been a good idea to dip the bottom of the pan, just the bottom, in the hot water, because that would have loosened up the crust since it has only butter and graham cracker. But I'm just going to crumble this and put it right back on top. So I take crumbles and I'll start patting them down. Okay, so we're all done. Happy birthday!
Yay!
And this cake is really big. You want me to cut a slice for you right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And thanks for watching. It was fun baking.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Lona. Happy birthday to you.
Right now.
Okay, so I just cut a nice slice, and you can see the beautiful layers of the cheesecake, ice cream, cheesecake, and ice cream with that crumbly graham cracker layer. And now we're doing a taste test.
I was about to my legs don't work.
Good? Alright. Bye.
Bye.